We're live. I guess nobody's here for it and here yet. So I'm a little late. It's early morning. So we are doing a 5-minute at least of pre-stream so that I can get organized. Okay. I'm gonna grab some more coffee, clean up a little bit over here and get the lights sorted for my 10th anniversary. So yeah, a little bit of a pre-stream while I organize myself. So please feel free to say hi in the comments or chat so that I can know who you are. Okay, getting organized, getting coffee. Okay, I got some coffee and I have water, important stuff. We'll clean up a little bit over here to make it look nice. I thought I would be awake hours ago, but I was not. So it's Sunday, it's a hobby project. You know, we're not gonna exhaust ourselves. And then maybe we want a little bit more of light over here. Yep. Is that looking good? Yeah, kind of organized. And then I'm gonna get some, I don't think you see these flowers when I sit down there. They're starting to go, but I'm gonna add some lights over here, my 10-year anniversary lights. Okej, bara öppna den där.
Vad menar du?
Jag tror den är på.
Kan du sätta in så att jag kan öppna den?
Det är så jag gjort det. Varsågod. Okay. I'm almost falling on some rubbish on the mat. More mess. Hello, Scott. Good morning. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna try to light these candles and then hopefully get started on silly sites. And I can see on my phone that somebody was trying to contact me on Discord. So I'm gonna check that out. Let's see. Or maybe not. Maybe not. Okay, we're gonna try and light up the candles because if you were here on my stream on Friday or have looked at any of my social media, oh, the lights over here, sorry. I am celebrating 10 years, or Friday, I celebrated 10 years as an independent consultant and indie hacker. So I want to light up these candles so everyone, can join in. And I would say the Silly Side Challenge is a little bit of my kind of fun way of celebrating 10 years with some silly nonsense. So I'm just going to light up these candles. Oh, the light, I have it here from Friday. So I'm going to light up the candles and then I think about 5. Oh, it's quickly going in. I'm thinking 6 minutes in now, we're going to go ahead and actually do some coding. So I'm going to try to light up these candles. I guess does it say 10 for you? Would that be correct? No, it says 01. It says 01. Okay. Okay, I don't know if you can see them, but I know they're there, so good times. Okay. So we are gonna let people know that there is a stream going on, and then we'll get started. So we would like to know, I know Scott, I think, are you participating in the Silly Side Challenge? Have you decided? Oh, it looks like my YouTube link was not going up, so I'm gonna add that for people to see, because it's better quality and you can join me here in the chat. I'm sorry about this messy stuff. So Scott is saying no comment to the Silly Side Challenge. Okay, I'm looking forward. Yeah, so I'm doing this on the weekends because on the weekdays, I am supposed to be super focused, indie hacker, and contractor. But on the weekends, I mean, you're not supposed to work, so I'm doing fun stuff. But that's why we're also quite messy, because I'm not used to getting up this early, even though it's not that early. Okay, so better quality over on and conversation over on YouTube. Okay, and then just gonna add that there, better quality and conversation over on YouTube. And then we're gonna let some Discords know, and then we'll start working. I'm guessing this pre-stream is turning into 10 minutes, but I hope everyone is okay with that. I mean, Sunday morning. So yeah. And streaming again today. Okay. So should we say that the pre-stream is, I'm trying to get, I don't know where I'm going to sit. So the pre-stream, the pre-stream is over at 10 past. So let's do a little bit of chat, because I think I can go into YouTube afterwards and just like cut out this pre-stream part, and that will only be for you, but I don't know. So, and we'll see here. Hello, Gabby. Good morning. I guess it's a little later over where you're at. So, I have to figure out something with these glasses, because there is a ton of reflection, but you will just have to, or I will just have to deal with that, or you just have to deal with that. Exclusive content, correct, Scott. Some exclusive pre-stream content. You get to see me clean the house. I'm not going to show you the other parts of this house because it's a mess. So, and I'm not fully awake, but we'll wake up with a stream. It's the only way to go, right? So another 30 seconds, and I think we're going to say that we are streaming. Yeah, Scott. So I see on your Twitter, yeah, you usually I share the Twitter link, no, the YouTube link as well, but something I'd forgotten to do is do it today on the automatic. So I added the YouTube link for you there. Thank you for sharing. So maybe I'll share it on my Facebook too, because I have people I know over there. It's 10 minutes past. Let's start the stream, proper stream. So, okay. we are doing the Silly Site Challenge. I'm going to move you out of the main screen. So we are doing the Silly Site Challenge, which is something Gatsby has put on, and I tried very hard not to do it because I'm supposed to, you know, focus on POW, my indie hacker project. It's a privacy first menstrual cycle journal, and then I'm also an independent contractor for a company here in Oslo. So I do that on the weekdays, and I don't really have time for much more, but then, you know, I hacked it. If I do this on the weekends, it's okay, because then it's just fun and games. So doing the doing the Silly Sites challenge, and I know there's some other people joining, and I will now, exclusive, tell you what we're gonna make. So I also managed to recruit the family, aka Lilly Labs, our little family business. So the intern, she's 5.5, she's going to be drawing the illustrations. And then Ola, who's our dad and junior developer, will be in charge of audio, because he has a project that he wants to get going that needs audio. So this will be a fun way for him to learn audio, I hope. And then I will try to learn SVG animations, because I've never done that before. I have some SVG, Illustrator, Adobe Illustrator experience, but I haven't actually animated anything for like on the web. So we will all have challenges to work on during this project, and I am only allowed to work on this on Sundays for 2 hours. Ola is allowed to, you know, spend as much time as he wants, and also the intern, as long as she goes to kindergarten every day. So over to what we are making. So I had an idea, because Silly Site Challenge was a little bit about how 2020 has not been like a great year. So my idea was bottles of happiness, or now bottledhappiness.app, because of course I bought the domain, because, you know, domains is my kind of drug, I guess. And what is this? So the idea is you get to the site, you get to bottledhappiness.app, and there's a bottle there drawn by Lillian. And when you click it, or when you hold your space down or something like that, you get to hear children laughing. So that would be Lillian or her friend Leave. We're gonna record them laughing, because she has her friend over every Thursday, and I usually sit here working, and that laughter of like just children being just happy with no pretense or pretext or anything like that, it just makes me really happy. So I think I want to conserve that for the future. When she's a teenager and she doesn't want to talk to me, I'll go back to bottledhappiness.app and listen to the little girls laughing their heads up out here in our backyard. So that's the idea. So for managing to do that, I want to do this project as I do most projects, where we start small and then we build up. So I'm guessing today we will get the Gatsby site up and going, and then maybe just a button. And then I'll figure out what framework to use for sound, and give Ola an issue that he can work on this week, where it's like when you press the button, you get the sound. And then we'll work our way up, and then we'll add in the illustration, and then we'll add in the animation. And when we got everything functional, we'll try to add in some extra spices. But I like to work in this way that we always have something working-ish, like it's something that could go out there and works, but you know, a button with a sound, not that interesting, but it's working. You can hear the children laughing. And then after that, we'll like add on and add on. So if something happens during December where I can't do these streams anymore or something like that, we'll have something that we can submit to the Silly Site Challenge. And so, yes. Oh, we're not in the pre-stream anymore, so I need to remove that banner. Trying to get used to these things. So setting up the Gatsby project today and doing some planning. So as I've done on Friday streams, if you've seen me on Fridays, is I have not practiced anything. We are just jumping in, and sometimes it's all just muddling through setting up and getting, you know, I don't know, messing around with settings and stuff like that. But it's a real, true record of how I do this. And it's not always pretty. And I haven't set up a Gatsby site in ages. I think March probably, because that's what, no, not March. before Christmas last year. But this time last year, I set up POW, and POW uses Gatsby, and I haven't set it up since. So I thought, let's just jump into their documentation and see if we can follow it. They used to have really good documentation. Let's see if they still have really good documentation. Okay. I'm going to see if there's some comments. I am using StreamYard, Scott. So Snooty is really trying to sell me on OBS. I know, I need this to be super simple and just sit down and stream. So for now, I'm using StreamYard. So did people catch the idea? Do I need to do a recap of the idea? Let me know while I get my code up and running and get Gatsby's documentation up. Oh, quick start is always good. Let's do that. Then I think we need a new project. Let's see. I'm hoping this doesn't start to play. I definitely have the Gatsby CLI and then Gatsby new site. So I know this starter. I don't know if that's the correct starter for us, because I would have liked the starter with the ThemeUI, maybe, that I've heard about, because I thought we'll do all custom styles for this project. We'll see. Snooty, too long, didn't read. Yeah, I'm gonna I'll do a recap in just a sec. So, well, let's just start with this. Before, they used to have like a starter library. Yeah, there, starter library. We can try that. And I want ThemeUI. Can I choose that? And I don't need any CMSs. Styling, we'll try ThemeUI. And then I want it to be fairly bare bones. Check out my other. Let's look at this one. This is looking. Ghost Novella starter. We don't need that. Catalyst. Blog, MDX, PVA, SEO, styling. Is it a theme? Oh, we'll just do whatever they say here. We'll start with the quick start, and then we'll head on over from that. So, what's the idea? Bottled happiness. There are bottles of children with sounds of children laughing. That's my silly site idea. Okay, was that short enough? Elevator pitch? Okay. So let's just do this. And let me know if it's big enough. And the family is around there somewhere. Lillian is over there doing her thing. Ula is up on his office, attic office. I don't know if they might come down here at some point. Ooh, so everything gets a lot darker when I have the dark theme. Should I do a light theme? So my face isn't. Let's see. Let's do light theme. Candy. I have something called Candy Floss, Fairy Floss. No, that was also light. Do I have Fairy Floss, light, dark themes? Okay. high contrast themes, light themes. Is this one good? Okay. All right, so it's going to be high contrast enough. Sorry. So this is what I'll spend all my time on, figuring out what theme we want to do. You might want to do a high contrast. No high contrast. Well, you'll just have to live with my face changing color. So Snitty says, love it. I hope that's the ID that they're loving. Yes, I love it too. And hopefully I get to make it like really cool with animations and stuff like that I don't know anything about, but I guess you game developers know a little bit more about. So maybe I can do a little bit of light over here. Yeah, that's better. Okay. We will get up and, oh, sorry, I haven't been sharing my screen, so you haven't seen what I was talking about. Here we go. Yes. Thank you, Gabby. I just realized it. So, no. Oh my God. This is too early for me. Let's see. There. And then I want to hide this. Okay. So what I've been doing is I went to Gatsby. I went to Gatsby Quick Start. But then I was thinking, I know that they have some starters. So I looked at the starter library, but there was just too much to wrap my head around. So we'll just use this, which is the Gatsby starter default. And oh, but now I see something like this, Gatsby Simple Folio, a simple bare bones starter for Gatsby. One page. You can have a look at this one. Offline, prop types. What is this? React. Or we'll just do, as I said, sorry, I'm getting excited. We'll do the quick start, and then we can see how that is if you ever want to try Gatsby. And then more coffee. So I am the kind of developer who usually don't read all of the documentation. I just go here, and I know I've done this before, and then I just copy, paste. So I know I have a develop folder, and then let's silly site. Flexing my terminal knowledge here. And then I didn't realize, when I did this the first time, like years ago, I didn't realize that this would be my name. So you need to change this to the name of your project. And everything is downloading. So with Gatsby New, if I remember correctly, it installs all the NPM packages and such for you as well. So you don't have to do NPM install after doing Gatsby New. So that's why it's taking longer than you might have expected. Just checking if people are asking me anything anywhere. Hello, Paul. So Paul is another person who's doing the silly side challenge. He is making something very cheeky that has to do with bums. So I'm excited to see what that is. And I think Paul has heard my idea before, but it's for new people, it's bottled happiness. There will be nice animated bottles that you click and you get to hear children laughing, because that's contagious and we all need to laugh more in 2020. So it's down and we go to, oh, this is very nice for new developers. They tell you, change directory into bottled happiness and then run Gatsby develop. That's a pretty nice prompt to have, because these things took me kind of years to get comfortable with. I don't know why that was, but for all of my university days, I was just really scared of the terminal. I think in very early on in my university career, there were some people kind of showing off with their terminal, and they made it look very kind of not scary, but secret. They didn't want to say, there was all these shortcuts. But now I know mdir, or isn't it mdir, make directory, cd change directory. When I started realizing that these commands were fairly straightforward, it wasn't so scary anymore. But nobody kind of said that. They were just cd blah blah blah, ddd blah blah blah, and I was like, whoa, I'm never gonna learn this because I'm really bad with short or abbreviations. But when I started saying them out loud, I was like, oh, I can learn this. So if you are someone who is still scared of the terminal, I hear you, I understand you, but you can learn like I learned. Oh, we have an hello world. So before this starter, when I used it the last time, it had a lot of styling. So it seems like they might have changed something. So this is very bare bones. So let's start looking into the code that we got with the starter, and then go from there. So I think for today I'm gonna make a button, or not a bottle. I'm gonna make a button, and then we're gonna figure out, or I kind of know what sound library I want to use. We need to set up the GitHub project. And then I'll need to assign some tasks to the other members, the intern and Ulla, the junior dev. But let's code a little bit first because that's fun. And then we'll try to get this all started on GitHub. I mean, we've gotten a lot further than I thought because it's been so long since I started a Gatsby project. Let's see if somebody's saying something. Yeah, I feel the same thing. I still can get scared sometimes. And sometimes I just YOLO copy things from the internet. And I'm really scared that I'll accidentally delete my whole hard drive. So Scott's saying, you're probably thinking of the default starter. I probably am. And I think way back when I did copied the quick start, that's what I got. But today I actually wanted something more bare bone because I always had to delete lots of stuff from the starter. So I'm pleasantly surprised. But it's maybe for a total beginner, this seems a little nothing. But let's jump into the code and see what's going on. Oh, I haven't even opened because we've just been in the terminal. So let's do just code, and then I guess it will open another window. Okay. Yes, it only has an index page with hello world. There is nothing configured. Oh, I'm actually liking this because this will be fun for this project, that we can actually add everything ourselves. Then everyone can see how that works. And then there's a package here with build. We have develop, format, start, serve, clean. So those are the regular ones. I don't think we'll do any tests for this project. We'll see. Yeah, so then we are just going to make a button and we're going to center it. And that's about it, I think. But centering is always hard. Let's not even center it. Just make a button. This will be the bottle. Let's just do some inline styles for now. I am thinking I want to test out ThemeUI for this project, but I'll have to talk to the junior dev Ula on that, because we use Material UI for POW, and he likes that, or he is more comfortable sticking to a few kind of solutions. So we might just have to do Material UI for this project as well, so that he kind of feels comfortable. But since they're so kind of little styling, maybe I will be allowed to learn something new. We'll see. So Paul is saying, yes, theme UI. Yeah, maybe we have to do theme UI for this one. But so Paul, then maybe you could link up like a super nice and simple description or a document that lets us add theme UI without much hassle. I'm going to give it some margins. It looks pretty. Little placeholder, and we have to do. And the prompt we got from Gatsby was Gatsby develop, but I usually use the ones that come here in our like our package scripts. So I'll do yarn develop. Which just runs Gatsby develop, but sometimes we add different things to the script. So that's what I'm used to using. Paul is saying, okay. So he's going to send over some theme UI documentation, and maybe we'll get to that today. So we have a bottle placeholder, and when we click it, we want it to play a sound. Click. We're just going to put a placeholder here as well. So, or just alert, maybe alert. Okay, sound. Cool. So this will be Ula's job to take this alert play sound and turn it into actually a playing sound. And then my job, or Lillian's job, will be to draw the bottle that we're going to put in here. And then my job will be to get that bottle looking nice and animated, also on click. And yeah, I think that's kind of our bare bones with no styling. So what we want to do now is set up the Git. So today will be all kind of the boring stuff. So we're going to set up our GitHub repo and start creating issues and inviting people into the project. And then make issues, and then I'll start working on the issues. So I have this cool little thing that it's Hub. I think it's Hub Create. Hub Create. So it makes, I might have to do, yeah. So Hub is GitHub commands that you can do on the in the terminal. So for many people, it's I know it's very confusing because GitHub is one thing and Git is something else. So Git is the technology, but GitHub is a nice way of using that technology and version control technology. So I found this years ago. Let's see, GitHub. Sorry. GitHub hub commands. This one. So it's just called hub.github.com. And I cannot remember how I install it. I probably just copy pasted these things. And I didn't make it. They say that you want to, instead of using hub, they're not, before they recommended changing it so that you wrote Git instead of hub, but I wanted to know what is Git and what is hub. So then you can clone things, you can start pull requests, you can create the project on the repository on GitHub. So if we go to GitHub now, we should see our repository. And I am always confused by the new UI. Can I just go to myself and see? Where are all my repositories? There we have it. Bottled happiness. Cool. And then I think we can just do git push, but I don't think we've initialized git. No, we could do that. I don't know. Are we getting all of Gatsby's commits now? Git log, let's see. Oh, it's the initial commit only. Cool. And here we have it. So I really enjoy that GitHub hub thing. Let me know if that was helpful for you, if you've heard about it before. So we will need to change the starter at least. That would be the README. I mean, we could keep that because it's still true. So let's do silly site challenge, bottled happiness. Gatsby. Okay, and then we need to go into here and we'll call it bottled happiness. All of the fun stuffs. A web app with bottles of happiness. I never know what license to put. Let's just have this license here. I don't care if somebody, you know, if somebody steals this. And I think we are good to go. So let's make our first commit. Bottled happiness, yeah. README. README. Edit. Edit, README, and package. Package, JSON. JSON. And it's really funny. I really enjoy this source control thing from code. So I use that for a lot of things. But then, I don't know, for push, I always use the command line, even though you can use this little icon here that pushes stuff for you to Git. But, you know, that's just the way I do it. So now we need to make some issues. I do this even for, and if you've seen me on Friday streams where I work on POW, even though if I mostly work on things myself, I make little issues for myself so that I can kind of like plan in my head and then onto paper what I'm doing. And I usually also draw a lot on paper that is laying around in the office. But we'll start here. So let's do that then, Paul. If you send me over that documentation, I can add that in here. But add theme UI for styling. Draw 5 to 10 bottles that mom can scan. So that would be an issue for Lillian. And I think Ulla has made a GitHub account for her. So I'll see if I can invite her and actually assign her over here. And she started to read a little bit. So maybe in here, I'll write it in Norwegian with big letters because she can do that. I flasker som mamma kan bruke I projekt. Okay, and then Ola needs to play sound when bottle is clicked. And I think we should use, so I think I tweeted this. Let's see if I can find the tweet and I can find the link that I need. This project, I mean, this guy is amazing. Let's just have a look at his webpage. I think some of you might know him. It is just so pretty. Look at that. Wee, wee, wee. Oh my God, I get so calm from this site. Wee. But anyway, he has made a React hook for playing sound effects. So that sounds perfect. I'm going to link that up so Ola can have a look at that and see if he manages to do that on his own. And I think he says it's kind of like a wrapper around, Howler JS. I'm probably thinking for like complex use cases, you need to go and use Howler JS yourself. But for just playing sound effects-ish that we are doing, then I think this will do nicely. Or not this, then I think his project, Use Sound, will do nice or work out nicely. So where is did I lose my GitHub? No, it's over here. Play the sound once on click, but then later we want to do it. I want it to be like, as long as you are holding down the mouse, it plays continuously until you release the mouse. But as I said, I like to start simple, and I think Ola has quite a lot of experience with on-click handlers and not so much on like on mouse down and on mouse up. So we'll just start with this. Sound to loop for as long as the user puts the bottle. Also, for now, the bottle is just a simple button. Okay, play sound when bottle is clicked. Momkin's Guide, add theme UI for styling. And then the boring part, add about page. Maybe we should do that today. We can use the new Markdown or my new file system, Gatsby file system, to do that. Add an about page. About page. Oh, Paul, very nifty. So I saw a little blue bell up here, and it turns out that Paul has been working straight into the repo. I like that. Anyone, feel free, spam my repo if you have any ideas. That would just be fun. I'm goggling down the coffee. So, 7 people are here. I hope you're enjoying yourself. Let me know if I'm going too fast or too slow, or if anything is boring or anything is fun, because, I'm really enjoying doing this, and I hope to do more of it, and I want to get better at it. So let me know. And right now I need some water because I've been drinking so much coffee. Now blah. Okay. So let's go and see what he has to say. Cool. Thank you. Boogie time. You do have better copy than I have. So we'll add an about page. This one we want to give to Ula. We have to invite him first. So let's do that. Manage access. I was looking for users, not manage access. Okay. So if anybody was wondering what that is 1Password. And I really, really, really recommend it. And I'm sorry my desktop is so messy. That's better, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Am I allowed to assign him even though he has not accepted? Let's see. No, I'm not allowed to assign him yet, but okay, so we have 2 fun things we can do. And let me know which one you want to see. I can do issue number 1, add theme UI for styling, or I can do issue number 4, add an about page, which would mean adding, I would write it in Markdown and then add the plugins needed to get it out as an actual page. So let me know which one you want to do today. We have about, I think I said I would stream until noon, but this is going so fast that I think it will only be like another 45 minutes. It depends on how excited I get, because I'm not supposed to do the audio bit. Well, I'm supposed to do that, but I might cheat and play around with it a little bit just to know how it works. So there's a lag in the comments, but I was asking if I should add theme UI for styling or if I should add an about page. And by that, I would also have to include all of the Markdown plugins needed and the maybe even my own plugin, and use the new file system from Gatsby that I haven't used. Scott is saying, "Woo, MDX." So yeah. He was saying first MDX, and then he was saying if it's just an about page, make an about page and pull in the Markdown. Yeah, so I am not an MDX fan. I don't know why. It just feels, I don't know. I probably just have to use it a little bit and I'll get used to it. But I do love Markdown because then I could, if I ever wanted to change, I can like use it in other projects. Not that I would use this about page in another project, but and then also I have created an OEmbed plugin for Markdown, and I know that Scott and Paul has been working on an MDX embed plugin. So we're kind of, competitors in the Gatsby embed market or something like that. Yeah, I think we might have time for both. So let's start with adding the theme UI because Paul made such a good documentation for us. Thank you, Paul. So you got to follow along now, Paul, in case I do something wrong, and you have to help me out here. So we'll do yarn add. First, I like to check out an issue with the number of the issue. However, I didn't check out a branch because I forgot the B. Yes, Paul, the internet is hard. The internet is hard. Technology is hard, but it's also a lot of fun. Okay, so we're going to try this again with a -B for a new branch. To your plugins array, yes, thank you. Since it is the first plugin, I can just copy that. And then we need to create a directory with an index in source Gatsby plugin ThemeUI index. Copy the basic college object. There's more details in the docs. Okay, so I guess I have to make this. Oh, I remember this from working with themes. It's been a long time though, but cool. So since I am dyslexic and never can remember anything, we will do a copy of that directory name. And then we'll do an index. Okay, color text background. An import button from ThemeUI. Interesting. Let's see how that goes. So that should be it then. Yarn develop. I'm sorry, Gabby. I'm jumping back and forth and back and forth. You told me I need to be a little bit slower if you're going to be seeing, but that's how I usually code myself. So oh, there's an unexpected token in the config. How could I mess that up? Okay, let's try again. Ah, working. Thank you, Paul. I think I need to read the documentation a little bit though, because I have no idea what's going on here. But we have a very nice bottle. Cool. So what we want to do is we want to place it in the middle because that's where I want the bottle to actually be, the actual bottle. And then I want a nice nice colored background. I usually like to go with some kind of whites that are not white. White. So Scott is asking, are you using NPM before? I have started using Yarn for all my projects, but I don't know if that was if you were meaning this specific project or in general. I used NPM before, but now I've moved over to Yarn. But at my client work as a contractor, I use NPM because that was I started that project 3 years ago, maybe something like that. And I never switched over because I don't think it's valuable enough for the client to spend any time on that. So yeah. So I hope that answered your question. Just ask some more if you want to. Okay, so now we have a bottle placeholder. Now maybe I should have a look at the theme UI. Ooh, so there's flex. So let's center this. And there's a box. Use the box command as a layout primitive to add margin, padding, and colors. Yes. So if we did, I guess if we did then M something here. Let's do M5. I'm hoping we get a pretty large margin. Yeah. Let's see if we do M50. Let's see what happens. 100. So are these then pixels, or are they based on some theming size? Let's see. So we have colors, color modes, core typography. There are styles. Oh, so there's styles for MDX. So this is why you're loving it so much. It works really well with MDX. Oh, now I see, Scott. I said that Gatsby does the npm install for you, but they probably did the yarn install when you do Gatsby new. Mapping to space. Okay. So let's see if I can do something with space, because I want this to be like spacious. Body styles. Styles root. So maybe I could do something like this for just the background, because I want the background to be on everything. Breakpoints. I'll probably need that after a while. Use body styles. The theme object can also include. Okay, we're not adding all of that. Okay, so I like these components. So if we do a flex, we should probably be able to center. Oh, it has grid. Confession time. I've never used grid. Maybe I should try to center with grid then. Oh, so I can do a space, and then I can add a new key. Oh, so it's map. It maps. Okay. To key in the theme object. So if we call it space, so this is Paul speaking. Let's see. So I'll make an array, and then I'm guessing like if I use a 0, it would be this one, and if I use the 1, it would be the next, and then 100 is just nothing because it's out of the scope, probably something like that. But let's try. So let's do the age-old internet thing of trying to center something on screen. So grid, a tiled grid. So I'm not comfortable with grids because I don't know that. Let's do flex. Oh, so it doesn't give me that much, but I can add the SX, and then I can get access to the regular instyling. If you need to alter the display properties, use the box component instead, but I don't need to do that. So I'll do flex. So if we do, flex here, and can I set height and width? Because then I could do, how would I set height and width? Add margin padding and colors. But how would I do height and width? Could I do that? It's not, yeah, flex is defined again. Let's see what we get here. So this is then, yes, it got display flex because it's flex. And then we do justify center. So if I, okay. Yes, so Paul is saying to get height and stuff, I need to use this SX prop. So then I think we do, and I think that's just inline styling props. So we do height, sorry, height, and I think we'll just do view height, and then width. We'll do 100 view height because we just want this flex to take up the whole screen, and then I want my bottle in the middle. And then we do justify content of, sorry, center. Cool. There we have a bottle. And then I can just do SX. So if we say we want the height of the bottle to be, let's say 90 view heights. And let's remove this. Maybe 80 view heights. And then we want this to be in the middle. And I never remember which one. Is it align content to have it in the center? Never. So I know that I'm not the only one because this is one of the most seen flex box there. This is the most viewed page on all of CSS tricks. So I know that I am not the only one who always have to figure out. So I have justify content center, yes. And then what is this next one called? It is called align and items. I want it to be center. It's not that what I did. No, align items. And we have our bottle. And we click it and it says play sound. Whoop, whoop. Oh, he says wrap your button in a box. I'll probably do that when it's the when it becomes an actual image. But we have something going here. I like this. So okay, I'm liking ThemeUI. Thank you, Paul, for showing me that. Let's just do a width for now. That's funny. And have you seen these? Clamp. So we could do, I think, if I remember correctly, clamp. You want to do the minimal value, and then the value that is default, and then the max. So for this just fun experience with this bottle, I wanted to be a little bit like fatter for now. But then I can also say like it can't get too fat or too slim. So if I say that it can be, let's see, like 50 pixels, and then I want it to be like 30 view width, so like 30% of the width, but max, I don't know, 200? Well, it's not working. Did I write it wrong? Clamp. So if I just did 30 view width, okay. And then we want a minimum of, say, 30. And then we would like a maximum, because I have a maximum of 200. So let's say 600 pixels. But then if we make it larger, it will never go past 600. So I think that's kind of cool. Then I think Paul said, let's add a box around here. Oh. And then again, I need to figure out why is it centered and then not centered? What have I done wrong? Can somebody tell me? Oh. Oh, I'm loving this. Thank you, Paul. I have set the width to be the same view height. Okay, we're good. So this is our bottle placeholder. And then, okay, and I want the background to be a nicer color. And then I guess I could just do background or something. Background, primary. I'm guessing I don't want it to be primary, so let's have a look at. So I want this to be linen. Maybe it happens by default then. Oh, it happens by default. Oh, or floral white. I like floral white. Oh, floral white. Good job by us. I like this color. Thank you for choosing it, Paul. I'm just going to stick with it. So then we need to commit add theme UI for styling. Say well. Okay, and then I think we will. Should we set up Netlify? Yes, let's set up Netlify, and then we can make a pull request, and it will build, and then we get all of that niceness going. So like make an issue on that. I mean, I can get a lot of stuff done in 2 hours, it seems. I want to do the fun audio stuff, but it's Ula's work job, so I'm not allowed. Okay. Deploy to Netlify. So I am working on deploying to Netlify. So somebody has been using Netlify for a long time. Pro legacy. New site from GitHub. Bottled. Gatsby build, public, yep. I mean, do you remember life before Netlify? I almost can't. I mean, this is just awesome. And after using making web apps for a while and using Netlify, I had to go back and fix something in a hybrid iOS and Android app that I'd made with Ionic. And so I spent like, I think maybe 2 hours or something fixing like a small thing. And then I spent a day trying to get this uploaded to the 2 different stores because my certificate was out of date and this and that, and I had to accept. I think I even had to get like the client's boss to go in and accept some kind of new contract before I was allowed to push it up to the iOS store or Apple store, and it was just like a mess. Hi. You're the. Oh, I didn't mean to put that in there. Yeah, it was a mess trying to get things uploaded and working way back when, trying to be the grandma of web development here. Okay. So it should now be live. And it's our old first commit. Set up custom domain. I will do that, but I'll do that after the stream because no matter what, it was going to take like hours to get everything, everything in sync. But what we'll do now is that we'll create a pull request, and then you can see how it all works with Netlify and pull requests if Netlify is something you haven't used before. Yeah, and people are feeling the pain. Yes, Scott, and yes, Paul. Oh, when I found CyberDuck, oh, I felt like it was such a big improvement to my flow, but my workflow. But I mean, nothing against Netlify and that kind of stuff. So we're down to 3 people on the stream. So I'm guessing that's like Scott, Polly, and Gabby or something like that. I thank you for sticking with me. So we will now to, oh, I think Ula has sent me something. I don't know where it's coming up. Yeah. Yeah, I got a message from upstairs. I had to answer. Oh, there were only 2 people. Okay. What was I doing? Yes, let's deploy the preview. With the thing I showed you before, the hub commands, I can do hub pull request, I think is the correct one. And we will add some command closes. And then we can do hub browse, actually, hub browse. And we have that pull request here. And it looks like Netlify is deploying it for us, deploy preview. I think before you had to tell it to deploy pull request and stuff like that, but it seems like you don't anymore. It's just doing it automatically. Good morning. So since we are waiting for a pull request to deploy, I can do a recap of sorry, I'm tired. So I'm doing, you just woke up. I woke up straight before the stream. I'm not as awake as I thought I would be. So let's do a recap. Good morning. And we are working on our Gatsby Silly Site Challenge project. And the project is called Bottled Happiness. And there's going to be a page with bottles. You click the bottle and you get to hear children laughing. That would be my child and her friend. Partly because, 2020, we need some more laughter and fun in our lives. And also because I want to preserve this like happy, no pretense, just, laughter that these kids have. So I can listen to it when she's 16 and does not want to talk to me anymore. So that's what we're working on. Yes. So web dev grammar. I actually started a little bit on YouTube. I think I did bug, newbie, encryption. There are some videos there, but editing videos took too long time. But this spring, I'm hoping to make like a web dev, grammar book, something like that, that we can like add different things to, as in maybe like an open source collab thing from the olden people to the younger people. Okay, we'll see if it has actually built now. I'm gonna hide this. I'm gonna go back to Chrome. We are going to see if the pull request has built, and it has built. And then you can click this little details here. That took me a while. And it will open whatever we have having our pull request. So this is looking good. We have some themes. We have our bottle placeholder. It is exactly how we imagine it to be. And then we will just merge the pull requests. And often I just use question merge because this time I only have one commit, but often I do a ton of commits and then I just question merge. But there's discussions around this, but I usually work alone, so I'll just do that. But did it now close one? Yeah, well, we'll see. And it closed our theme UI. Whoop, whoop. I guess it also closes 5 though, because we have now deployed to Netlify. So let's just close that. Mark as closed. So over to, as for new people here, this is obviously the fun part of this project, but that will be Ula's job, so I can't touch it. And then Lillian will be drawing the bottles, and she is now getting dressed and ready for the day, so maybe I can get her to start drawing. So let's add an about page. And again, it's been ages since I had a fresh Gatsby install, so now we're going to see how we can make a markdown page and then get that converted to an actual page in Gatsby. So let's hop on to the docs again. And Polly just jumped into, or Paul, I guess, just jumped into the issues and gave me some good instructions on how to get ThemeUI started. So he's already a collaborator on this project. And he's also like the grandpa of web development, right, Paul? So we can be grandma, grandpa, and make our own grammar project, web dev grammar project. Okay. Oh, gotta need some water again. I'm wondering what I'm supposed to do on all these other streams. I mean, we're making way here. Maybe I'll make 2 silly sides projects because I have like 4 other ideas. Add an about page. Let's close down some stuff here because otherwise I get confused. So let's have docs over here, and then no, let's do. I don't like this. I'll have the code over here, and then that's better. And then we'll close this down. Okay. So let's find the docs for Markdown tutorial. Didn't there used to be like a part in here that did? No, so let's look at the plugins then. Markdown. I Googled it, or I didn't Google it, I searched for it. Yeah, we need the Gatsby source file system, of course. So yarn add. Oh, we're at the wrong issue. We are at the wrong issue. Git checkout master. Git pull. Did not write pull correctly. Oh, Paul. I know you love Mark. You know you love MDX, and my plugin actually works with MDX now, so I could use it. And he says, imagine buttons in your Markdown that are the same as your buttons in your JSX. But I don't want buttons in my Markdown. It's text. It's text. Let's start by doing the Markdown thing, as I think that will be interesting for people. And then maybe another Sunday, I'll transform over to MDX if I feel like doing that. Okay, so where were we? We need to check out git checkout branch about page, and it's number 4. You might feel like I'm silly for being so I get nöje. What is that in Norwegian? Not in English. Being like always referencing the issue numbers and stuff like that. But I've been doing side projects for quite a long time, and sometimes, and you never know what's going to happen, it's like 2 months before you get to work on it again. And then it's very nice to have that kind of connection between your branch name and the issue you're working on, so that you can get back up to speed fairly quickly. So about page, and Paul says live on the edge. I think it would be really fun to see how easy it is to transform from Markdown to MDX, because I guess that's one of the benefits of MDX as well. So let's do that next Sunday, maybe. Okay, so we are now on the about page. We have installed or added this. Then we need to add it to our plugins in our Gatsby config. I guess I have it here. I don't know what's happening here, because we added. Did we not add git log? We're still on the. We are still on something old. If you do git check out dash, you get back to the last branch, and then we do git pull. Oh, I guess we got this. Why is this not set by hub? Why is this not set by hub? So git branch. And then we'll check out the one we was working on, and then we'll rebase it on top of our new master, rebase master. Okay, git log. Now we have all our things. Yellow. We don't want it to be in there. We want it to be in, let's see, MD, and I want them to be in content. Let's make a markdown page. Okay. And then we need to transform it. So we'll add this, plug it, add Gatsby transformer remark. Yarn, add. Yeah, I thought so too, that they had changed it to main, but I'm guessing since I did Gatsby new and they made the first commit, like they decided that it was supposed to be a master branch. I'm not quite sure. Or it's a setting in that I have to do for my user. I just haven't spent the time to look into that yet. Yeah, git checkout dash. I mean, I think I learned that like 6 months ago from somebody's tweet, and it's completely changed my life. No, sorry, completely changed how I work. So, okay, so we have about bottle happiness. We have now added Gatsby transformer remark. So we need to add that to the config as well. Let's do the same on all of them. Then we have a markdown file. And this is where I think we will stop with this tutorial, because I know that they have a new way of doing this now. Because here it says that we need to create these pages using create page API, but we don't, because now there's a new file, what do they call it? File routing system, blah, 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 something like that. So we need to find that. I think, let's go to the blog or something. There, file system root API. So Scott says he tweeted about it as well. I think I saw it. And yeah, it's the only way to go. It's the only way to go. Tweet your life as you go. The family is very quiet today. They're like, I don't know. Should I be worried? Is she up to something? I don't know. So removing on create page using Gatsby. So instead of having a blog post template, I think we're supposed to just put it and rename it to this. That's easy on the eye. And then we can just steal their template here. So I need a little bit of a bigger. Do this. And then we'll just call that markdown template. And this should work then? Should this work? Is this all we need to do? Yeah, I think it will make it a lot easier for newer coders, but it could also be a little too much magic. But it felt silly having to make these like create page loops for everything all the time. So I think I like this, but this is the first time I'm using it, and I'm wondering if I'm now like done, if this works. Just like, let's do a yarn develop and see, right? So that did not work. Did I not install Gatsby source file name? Maybe I did that before all that rebasing. Yeah, I'm wondering about that too, because I'm wondering if it's the file name or if it's some... I think I can fire up the GraphQL kind of explorer to see where that comes from or what that is. Yeah. Yeah, so that was exactly what I was thinking as well. If because something is failing again. File, extract queries from failed, extract queries from component. So this is failing because I probably don't have an ID, all of that. So maybe if I add some front matter like they do, maybe it would work better. Let's see. I'm going to fire up that GraphQL. So this is where I spent most of my time when I was using Gatsby for the first time. So all markdown remark. No, there, we go on this one. Yeah, so there is one there with an ID. But what does it have? It doesn't have a slug, I guess. Because I have not given it a slug. But could I not do parent and then file name or something like that? Yes, if I did parent and then name, I could get that about. So instead of fields, because I guess this one doesn't have any fields. Fields. Wee! Wee! So I'm looking here. So parent, and then let's do name instead of, so markdown. Markdown. And then we do parent. And then name. Okay. And then we need to update this blog post by slug because we don't have a blog post by slug. We need to find it blog post by name. Markdown. So I want that. I don't really need the ID. And there is no front matter, but I need the HTML, I guess. And then I need to find it based on its parent name. So how would I do that? So Scott is asking, is the slug not in the node? No, not in the nodes. I don't think it is, because I think they get it from, not parent, but higher ID. I think they're taking that slug kind of from some front matter. Or am I not seeing it? Slug. Fields, because it was field slugs. Slug. No, I'm not seeing it. Oh my God, I remember having so much trouble with this the first times I used Gatsby, and now it's been so long, I'm not remembering these things. Yes, refresh. I'm refreshing. So I only have an ID. I don't have, because what it was saying fields and then slug, and I'm not having any fields. I don't have fields here. So I think they're where are they taking that from? Let's read. So it's saying node ID field slug. I don't have that. And that's what they did in create pages. Oh, maybe I need to keep this here, create node, if I want to use it. Yeah, but I don't want to use slug. I just wanted to use the name from the parent, but can I find it based on the parent? So I think now I might have, let's see. I think I might have an about. I think this might work now, but this will probably not work. Have I not refreshed it, Scott? Are we lagging a little bit? You mean like pressing that, or do you mean like this? Yeah, you used to need to create node fields. But I kind of don't want that. I want to just use whatever is in there. So I want to use this like parent name about. Hopefully that will work. It should work. Otherwise, I think it's not as good as I was hoping. Yeah, so here we have an error because it can't find it. Oh, so it's actually working. So it's making it the about. So if we remove the page query here, like it should work, I think. No, then it's not making it. But it looks like if it's there, we get a lot of things. So we can't have, because we don't have any front matter. We could have this. We could have markdown ID equals ID. So that should work. It's not working. So how do I know if it's actually making this parent / name? Yes. Oh, I know. So he's saying put it into pages and it might work. Yeah, but then I don't get to use the new file sourcing API, do I? Or do I? Yeah, but the thing is, I mean, the node, if we go to the GraphQL. So let's think this through. So this one is saying that I do have a node, markdown remark, that has a parent, that has a name. So I am feeling this should work. Yeah, I'm telling them to source content. Source content. Okay, so let's go back here and see if we can at least. So let's go to, at the end, your Gatsby node file should only contain this. So let's do that then. Gatsby node, right? Let's see if it's actually getting the about page. I knew we'd hit some kind of snafu. Stuff is too simple. Error. Try to create pages from the collection variant. There might be an error in your query. Cannot create field name on type node. Did you mean to use an inline fragment on file, directory, or a site plugin? I probably did. I probably did. But at least we are in here, so we're actually getting the node. And we are also setting the slug. So now I can probably use the slug thing that they are talking about. Then I can probably use what they said. But I think my way should work. You should be able to use any, like, so I should have been able to use the parent name. But let's do it whatever Gatsby says we're supposed to do, and then get it from there. Because then I think we should go back to calling our template what they want us to call it, because then we do, because now we get the fields, because now we're setting that in. So we are now setting the slug in Gatsby node. But I thought it would be fun if we didn't have to set anything and just use something from the file name. I'll see if I can figure that out at some point. That would be a fun blog post. And it's working. So it's looking for, so I think if we refresh over here, we now have fields. There's now fields, and then we use fields. So I think to get it to, oh, sorry. Here it says markdown remark dot fields underscore underscore slug. So that is matching markdown remark fields underscore underscore slug, and it gives us about. But I wanted it to use parent and then name about. Might it be the slashes that are the problem? I don't know. We'll do this for now. So So woohoo, we have a page. Hooray! People are celebrating in the chat. Oh, Ula is watching from upstairs. If you want to come down and have a look at the issue you're doing, you can do that. Hooray! Yippee! Oh, I'm now seeing that Ula, for his YouTube, he has like, that is tiny Lillian, tiny intern. She's a baby. Okay, we now have a page. We have a page. I mean, how happy can you be over a page? So I'll do we're not going to do H1. We're going to do, I think we'll do article. And then we'll do dangerously set. Isn't it called that? Dangerously set inner HTML. And then is it HTML again? I never remember. Data HTML. Oh. Okay, I think 2 hours is my limit. I need to grab some. I didn't have any breakfast before the stream. Oh. Okay. So let's see what they say in let's go back to the adding markdown. Oh, it's underscore HTML. See, I never remember this. Let's just until the markdown now. Let's see. Oh, and then I guess it's, sorry, I am getting, so let's just copy paste some more. I am getting tired. Should this not work? Why am I so? Oh. Markdown, remark, HTML. I'm sorry, I'm just jumping all over the place. So data, markdown, remark, HTML. How hard can it be? Yes, there we have it. And now I guess, Paul, that I can do some fun stuff on like root in ThemeUI so that I get more control of this. But let's not do that today. Okay, explain the ... on file. Are we... I'm not completely sure what you're asking, Scott. So Scott, if you explain a little bit more what you're wondering. Are you wondering about the, if we did underneath a folder for Gatsby file, new file routing, or are you talking about some other Or are you talking about the underscore slug? So the way I see how this works is that here, when a Markdown node is created, we add a field named slug, and we add the value, and the value is create file path. So our slug is the same as the file path of the Markdown file, which is what I wanted to do just in another way, but we are now doing it this way because Gatsby told us to. So we are taking the node, or this is I think this is a Gatsby function that will get the file path, like that last part, about, and then it's setting value to about. So if we check graph here, we can see it's set field slug about. So now to generate pages with the new file routing system, we are telling it to create pages with kind of, so this will be replaced with /about/, which is now in the slug. So it says markdown read mark, and then there's a dot fields, and then there's a dot field, and then there's an underscore slug. So before we had to create all these pages ourselves, we would loop through these, all of the Markdown nodes, and then we would create a page for each Markdown node and then give it this slug name. But now Gatsby does that for us. So I don't know if that was the explanation you were looking for, Scott, but that got my mind kind of wrapped around it, but I'll have to play around with it a lot more before I can, yeah, because here I could have done parent, and then it says on files. If I called that file name somehow, I need to just like mess around with that on my own, because I find it a little annoying that you have to set the slug. It's a little annoying that we have to go in here and set the slug specifically when we already have that about up here on the parent. Why do we have to then go and make it a slug? We should be able to use this directly, the name about. So I'll have to try and figure that out at some point. But at least we now have an about page. And as a last thing, let's see if we can add my own plugin and get the tweet that started all of this showing up there. So follow along on Twitter and YouTube. And I think we could add this YouTube, and then we'll call it a day. So this is the YouTube that you are watching now. And it shows up here as a link. But if we go to, I have a plugin. And we are and add that. It should become a video. And then we need to go into the config again. And I think that will be underneath transformer remark. So let's just replace the whole thing with this. And we need to exclude. So this will all be better soon, Instagram. Here. We need to exclude all of these like JSs we don't want. I should have probably done include instead of exclude. Twitter, Flickr, Instagram, and Reddit. But Twitter we want because I want Twitter. And I also want Instagram posts. So let's do it like this. And I want to use no prefix. And it just looks for links like this. And I guess I have to restart it. And it will probably crash because I'm trying to show off my own plugin. Vill du komma och säga hej, Lillian? Oh, it works. Look at that. And then we can also add the tweet. Keep it silly. I'm looking at some tweets over here. Trying to find my people are so nice. There's so many retweets. I can't find my original tweets. Okay, there we go. So if I also add, I need to learn more shortcuts if I'm going to do all of this streaming. And then I think sometimes in development, the JS doesn't kick in. So here we have it. A beautiful about page. Let's leave it at that. And I'll definitely also check out the how I can theme UI this, maybe even change it to MDX Paul. I don't know. That is all for today. And I said I wasn't allowed to use any time outside of the stream, but I will probably clean up this about page, but I can't do anything more live now. A little. But we got pretty far. So we have this here, and let's add so maybe then we need to do columns, flex direction, and we'll do H or another box. It's all boxes these days, isn't it? No, and then we need to do the Gatsby link. We can do box, and we'll do M or P maybe. 3, it's supposed to give us some padding. Good. We can do 70. About, and if you click about, we should get over here. And then on our markdown, we could do a box, not the boo, not the boo. Bottles of happiness. What did I do wrong? Oh. You don't need to only have one child or one React node or whatever it's called in your returns. Back to bottles of happiness, and then I usually go ASCII arrow in the beginning of a project so I can get a back arrow. And we'll do this one here. And we have a bare bones page, right? Huh? Expert. You're such a fanboy. Such a fanboy, Paul. I like it. I like people being fans and excited about technology. That I haven't become an MDX fangirl yet, but I might. You might convince me. It works. So I know Ula is watching now because he just commented, it works. So I'm gonna explain to him what his job will be this week on this project. But let's just commit whatever we have now. Skeleton about page. And then we'll push it so that it's backed up. And then I'll show Ula where he's going to be working. So, Ula, your task is to, where is our bottled happiness? Bottled happiness. Issues. Play sound when bottle is clicked. And I think I can now assign it, or you have not accepted. Ula, you have to accept the invitation to the project. And then you will be in charge of playing a sound when the bottle is clicked. So if you click on it now, you will say an alert that says play sound. And that's happening inside the pages index file. So here it says alert play sound. And I want you to replace that with one of his examples. So I think he has a example play sound on click. I want this to happen. Or if you want to get cheeky, you can do playing on hover because we are getting it to loop. Our friend Eirik has said yes to making a loop for us after I've recorded, or you've recorded the girls laughing. So we can do play on hover as well. But for this week, we just have to find like a fun, different audio to test with. So that's your assignment. And then I'll do a code review on that live on next Sunday and start animating bottles that I hope the intern has made by then. So her job is to make 5 to 10 bottles that mom can scan. So I want her to draw like 5 to 10 because then I can choose whichever one I like the best. Instead of having her have to make one perfect one, because then, you know, it's not going to be as fun for her. So that's where we're at. Bottled placeholder. Yes, that's all for today, folks. Thank you for chiming in. And thank you for Scott and Paul, especially in the chat, helping me out. And I hope you've had a good morning with me. And feel free to DM me on Twitter or anywhere if you have any comments on how I should do these streams, because as I've said before, I really enjoy sitting here coding and talking out loud because I am a talker, and this is a medium where I'm allowed to just talk and I'm not like interrupting anyone or anything like that. So I'm enjoying it, but I would like it to be something that is helpful and enjoyable for you as well. So I'm open to all feedback, and feel free to be, you know, negative in your feedback if it's constructive. I am not that scared of those things. Like, I just enjoy getting some proper feedback. So even if you're a dude and you often get the comment that you should be quiet, then just skip that with me and just give me your raw feedback anyway. So that's all for, and then, oh, Fabio's here. Well, Fabio, you didn't miss the stream, but if you joined now, you are seeing the last seconds of it. Oh, and then since Ula already says that he's accepted the invitation on GitHub, let's head on over and add, well, maybe I have to refresh. Maybe that's why. Doesn't look like it, Ula. Let's see. It still says awaiting Ula's response. So I'll have to do that later on then. You can watch it from the beginning. So I hope, Fabio, so this is funny. I had a pre-stream, so if you're lucky, you get to catch that. I was thinking of cutting that out if YouTube lets me. It's me cleaning up and getting coffee and stuff like that. But you are very welcome to watch that, or you can jump ahead. But for Fabio, who just joined us, what we managed to make so far today is Gatsby site with ThemeUI. This is a bottle placeholder. You press it, it says play sound. Ula will implement the code to play the sound. And then we managed to create an about page that is not looking so good using the new Gatsby file system API that we had to read about in this blog post because it looks like their documentation isn't open. And that was harder than I thought. But ThemeUI, thanks to Paul helping out, was much easier than I thought. So you never know. You never know what you're going to end up having to spend so much time messing around with. So yes. And Fabio, who is joining you on Tuesday for your podcast? Could it be me? I'm really looking forward to that chat. Okay, I have to wrap up now. I'm really bad at goodbyes and wrapping up, so I'm just gonna wrap up. And have a great Sunday, everyone. And if you are joining the Silly Site Challenge, please add me on Twitter and we can chat about Gatsby and silliness, because we all need more like whimsy and silly and happiness and celebrations in our lives. And if you didn't catch my Friday stream, I created, talk about silly, I created this for myself on Friday. Woo, and you can click and it will like, ooh, more fun stuff. Confetti will be happening. So I think we'll need some confetti on the silly site as well, because confetti is silly and fun. And with that, I will say goodbye. Have a great Sunday.